It was the year 1960 when a young man named Uri Geller appeared on American and British TV, demonstrating something that seemed impossible. He claimed his mind was so powerful that he could do anything. Viewers were stunned as he bent iron with his thoughts, softened spoons, bent keys with a light touch, and made compasses move at his will. Even more shocking, he could draw images hidden from him, matching volunteer sketches with amazing accuracy. But the question remained, how was this possible? Were these real powers or just stage tricks? Uri Geller was born in 1946 in Tel Aviv, then part of Palestine, now in Israel. At the age of 6, while drinking soup, the spoon broke in his hands. At first, his mother thought it was a weak spoon, but when it happened again, Geller realized something unusual was happening. He began showing spoon bending to his friends, who were amazed. Later, he discovered he could read minds. At 18, he joined the Israeli army and was injured in the Six-Day War. After his service, he started performing at small clubs in Israel. Many thought he was just a skilled magician, but no one could debunk his tricks. Geller claimed he was a psychic, using mental energy to perform feats. He later moved to the USA, gaining attention in the late 60s and early 70s on TV shows. On air, he would bend spoons and tell viewers to hold broken watches, which then started working again. People were baffled. By 1972, the scientific community took interest. Researchers at Stanford Research Institute invited Geller for testing. Two scientists, Harold Puthoff and Russell Targ, studied him over 5 weeks. In one test, sealed envelopes contained hidden drawings. Geller was asked to replicate the images just by looking at the envelopes. His drawings were shockingly similar, some even reversed but still recognizable. Another test involved 10 aluminum boxes, each possibly containing a hidden item like magnets, sugar, or ball bearings. Without touching them, Geller correctly identified the boxes. His accuracy increased with confidence. He even performed this test successfully on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. In a dice experiment, he was asked to predict the top number after shaking a metal box with dice inside. Out of 10 tries, he skipped 2 but guessed the rest correctly. However, in metal bending tests, Geller failed to bend metal without touching it. When allowed minimal contact, he bent spoons and rods, but it lacked scientific value as the force used was unclear. In another strange test, a 1-gram steel weight on a scale was placed under glass. Without touching, Geller changed the reading, impressing researchers. They documented these events as the Geller effect, saying more study was needed. Thanks to Stanford's backing, Geller became a supernatural celebrity. But his rise faced a challenge from James Randi, a magician who replicated Geller's tricks using sleight of hand and exposed the techniques. Randi claimed he didn't want to defame Geller but wanted to show these weren't paranormal acts. His efforts shook Geller's credibility. Geller reduced public appearances but started selling dowsing services to oil companies, helping locate underground resources for high fees. He later claimed to have worked with Mossad and helped solve secret missions using his powers. In 1973, the CIA tested Geller's abilities. They concluded there was no evidence of fraud and even used him in classified missions. A 2013 BBC documentary claimed Geller was recruited by Mossad and sent to spy on KGB agents in Mexico during the Cold War. The documentary claimed he corrupted data on floppy disks without touching them, though many found this hard to believe. Geller's predictions weren't always accurate. When unsure, he would refuse to answer, which sometimes hurt his popularity. In 1988, a businessman offered £250,000 if Geller bent a spoon under lab conditions, but Geller declined, which raised more suspicion. Even so, Geller still stands by his powers, though he admits some phenomena, like a stopped watch restarting due to body heat, can be explained by science. But his abilities like reading drawings through envelopes or predicting dice numbers remain unexplained. Now, at 78, Geller rarely performs for large crowds. He occasionally bends forks or moves compasses in small demos. Some new videos show possible stage magician techniques, like fake thumbs, but no concrete proof has surfaced to label him a fraud. Geller even owns a 1976 Cadillac named the Geller Effect, decorated with bent spoons and forks once used by famous people. So what do you think about the mysterious Uri Geller? Let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video from Facts Black Hole. See you in the next one.